Yeah, cause I got it like that. Flow so smooth like I got it on tap. Yeah, and I'ma say it be a good night while I'm on my Yingling, while I'm drinking Bud Light.
Hey, what is people? My name is BlankPage, and welcome to my Hearthstone Journey to Ungrow card review and discussion. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. If you guys are new to my channel, I upload Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Hearthstone content, so if any of that shit applies to your liking, hit that subscribe button so that you guys don't miss out. With that said, we're now just going to get into the new cards that Blizzard revealed to us. Starting off, we are going over a new legendary. It is a beast. Spirit Singer Umbra, 4 mana, 3/4, neutral legendary. After you summon a minion, trigger its Death Rattle effect. Okay, so I can't even explain how cancerous this card is. Instantly steal one of your opponent's monsters with Sylvanas. You can instantly trigger Deathwing Dragonlord. You can instantly trigger Sludge Belcher, Haunted Creeper, Fusion, Stalag. There's so many good Death Rattle cards in this game, and this is going to be put into every single one of those Death Rattle decks now. So this card is top tier. It's going to be put into every single Death Rattle deck, most likely, because this card is super flexible. You can combo this card easily. A good combo is this card with Sylvanas. I mean, that's 10 mana right there. If you guys play this on turn 10, just play it with Sylvanas, and you guys can take your opponent's like really good card, like Deathwing or something, or probably not that, probably like a Thune. So, Spirit Singer Umbra, top tier. Combo this in with the new Shaman spell card, Spirit Echo, and this card is gross because then you can just return it back to your hand after it dies, along with all the other Death Rattle minions. So, goodness gracious, Death Rattles are going to be insane in the next expansion. Just everything about this expansion is crazy, and you already know I'm going to get this card so fast. But yeah, I think he's top tier, 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. He's too good. Alright, next card, guys, is Tortall Primallyst. 8 mana, 5/4. It is a neutral card. Battle Cry, discover a spell and cast it with random targets. So 8 mana, 5/4 is not good. That's trash, actually. Discover effect, that's okay. But having it hit a random target is stupid. Let's say your 3 choices are Fireball, Crackle, and like Pyroblast or something. Those 3 can hit yourself, including your hero or any of your other monsters. So it's good that it's a discover effect, so that you actually have a choice in which you want to either hit yourself or get a spell card in which can't really hit yourself. Cards like that can be like Flame Strike or Vanish or Twisted Nether and stuff like that. But let's say you have 3 choices that in which you can hit yourself. This card can instantly become horrible because RNG is bullshit, and 9 times out of 10 it'll hit yourself. So Tortall Primallyst, I think, is a bad card. I'm not going to run him. He's too RNG oriented. He's too bad stat wise. 5/4 at 8 mana it's so much loss of tempo. It's crazy. So my overall opinion is that he's not good, and I don't play him. He's not good enough. Next card is Staggered. 4 mana, 2/6. He is a neutral beast with taunt. He's okay. 4 mana, 2/6 isn't bad. That's kind of like the average kind of taunt we see at 4 mana. It feels like 2/6. I think Blizzard is realizing that 2/5 is not good enough to be a taunt anymore, and that 6 is at about the right range of health for taunt minions at this mana. So overall, I think he's okay. He's an okay 4-drop. He doesn't really beat down any 4-drops. He can beat down some 3-drops, and he can beat down most 2 to 1-drops, but turn 4 he's a bit slow. Turn 5 he's not worth it, and onwards from there, he's not really helpful. 2 attack is not good enough, and then 6 health at that late of that game isn't good enough either. So overall, he's okay early on. If you guys can coin him out at turn 3, he's good. But overall, he's just not too good stat-wise. Next card is a new Paladin spell card. It is Spike Ridged Steed. 6 mana, give a minion +2/6 and taunt. When it dies, summon a Staggered. That is the card we were just looking at. This guy right here. So, okay. 6 mana, give a minion +2/6 and taunt isn't bad. Let's say you give this to a Silverhand Recruit, becomes a 2 mana 3/7 with taunt. When it dies, you summon a 4 mana 2/6. So this isn't bad. 6 mana is a lot. If it was 5 mana, it would be perfect, to be quite honest. I don't think it would be broken. 5 mana would have let you combo it more with more cards. It would be more mana efficient. 6 mana is just a lot. There's better spell cards that Paladin has than this, I believe. Like Lay on Hands, though it is 8 mana, it heals you for 8, then draws you 3 cards. Like, that is a lot of good tempo and advantage you can get, because who knows what you may top deck. Spike Ridge Steed, though it is 6 mana, can be good if you place it on a good stat minion already with like Divine Shield or something. So it can be good, but if you play this on like a bad card like Silverhand Recruits, it won't see much value, though you do get a 2/6 out of it when it dies. So overall, this card is okay. I give it 6 out of 10 stars, maybe 5 out of 10 stars, because I don't know. It's a bit of a hard card to review, not knowing how its actual effect will affect the meta. So we'll have to see. Next card is Glacier Shard, a 1 mana 2/1 elemental neutral card. Battle Cry, freeze an enemy. So this is a good card. Just freeze an enemy is very good. You can freeze the hero, for example, if they have a weapon. You can just freeze any other 1-drops that your opponent may have. You can freeze some of the late game cards to help yourself out and gain a bit more of a board or something, or stall your opponent out. It also helps with Freeze Mage. So Glacier Shard is good. I also like how it is an elemental. It's a nice 1-drop for them. And just freezing an enemy is pretty good. It can save you a turn sometimes, because you never know what your opponent may have. They may have a Cthulhu with like 20/20, and freezing it can save you a turn. Same goes for a lot of other really OP cards. So Glacier Shard is very good. I would give it 8 out of 10 stars, because sometimes it may be a dead draw. It may not matter when you draw into it. It can just be dead. Let's say your opponent has a bunch of cards in the field already, and this is the top deck you get to try and save you from losing, in which case it probably most likely won't. So Glacier Shard is good in the early game, but mid to late game he cannot be the best card to top deck. So overall, I give him like a 7 to 8 out of 10 stars. But he is good early game for sure. Alright guys, next card is Cornered Sentry, a 2 mana 2/6 warrior minion. Taunt, Battle Cry, summon 3 1/1 raptors for your opponent. So off the bat, you probably think this card is bad. You can combo this with Death Spites or Whirlwind, but summoning 3 1/1 raptors for your opponent isn't the best. You could try and combo this with like Grim Patron, for example, and try and give Grim Patron some good targets to hit. But overall, I think this card isn't very good. Giving your opponent monsters is never a really good idea. Even if they are just 1/1 raptors, you never know when they can buff them or actually mess you up with them sometimes. So overall, this card is mediocre. I don't really see Warrior using this card, even though it is a 2 mana 2/6 taunt. You just never know what your opponent can do with those 1/1 raptors, to be completely honest. So overall, I think this card is not too good, but it can be comboed with Whirlwind or Death Spite or Grim Patron, for example, and you could get some momentum from that early on. But yeah, this card late game is not very good at all. So overall, I think this card is not going to be played in most decks. Alright guys, last card. It is a legendary, so let's end this with a bang. It is Tyrannus, a new druid legendary, 10 mana 12/12 beast, can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. So this is a good card. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, even your own, so you can't buff this with your spell cards, but it can't be targeted by removal, so that's very good. The only kind of cards that can really affect this is the entire board kind of spell cards like Vanish or Flame Strike, for example, or even Twisted Nether. But if your opponent doesn't have that, this card is very good. 10 mana 12/12 is nice. It has the beast, so you could buff this with minions because you can't just target it with spells or hero powers, but you can buff this with minions. So you can give it adapt, for instance, and make it a 12/12 taunt or like a 12/12 poison or something. So overall, I think this card is good, and I would like to see it get ran because I think it does have some good value to druid. It's just, it can become a really big taunt if you guys adapt it correctly, or if you guys faceless manipulator this, it can also be pretty nice. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts on this card. I think it's going to be okay. It's a good 10 drop. It's not bad. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Tell me down below what is your favorite card out of all the cards I showed you today. Out of all the cards, I think my favorite card has to be Spirit Singer Umbra. After you summon a minion, triggers Death Rattle effect. It's too good. It combos too well with so many good Death Rattles. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Again, if you guys are new to my content, subscribe down below and you guys won't miss out. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and as always, adios.